Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the derivation of efficiency of a half-wave rectifier. Before going to derive the efficiency, we have to familiarize certain terms. The average values of output voltage and load current. So, first we consider an AC input voltage. AC input voltage, which is represented by a sine wave. Here, x-axis it is theta and in the y-axis it is voltage. So here you can see that theta varies from 0 to 2 pi for one cycle. 0 to pi it is positive half cycle and from pi to 2 pi it is negative half cycle. So AC input voltage is represented by sine wave V is equal to Vm sin theta where theta is equal to omega t. Now in the output signal we can see that we get output only in the positive half cycle, that is 0 to pi. And from pi to 2 pi it is negative half cycle. The diode does not conduct current because it is reverse biased. So we have no output from pi to 2 pi. I draw two signals, two graph. One represents the current and one represents the voltage. So here Vm is the peak value. This is the peak value of voltage. Peak value of voltage is represented as Vm. Similarly, the peak current is represented as Im. This is the peak value of current or maximum value of load current. And there is another term VDC and IDC. VDC is the average DC value of output voltage and IDC is the average DC value of output voltage. So we have to find out the average values, this IDC value and similarly this VDC value. So how we can find the average value? First we are going to find out the average value of DC voltage. Average value is denoted as VDC is equal to area under the curve for a full cycle. For a full cycle, for the output wave, this is the one complete cycle. Yesterday we learned that the cycle means the repeating pattern. So here this is the repeating pattern. But in the case of a output signal, this is the repeating pattern. This wave is repeating. So VDC is equal to area under the curve over a full cycle divided by the theta value for a full cycle, that is 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi. So we can see that the area under the curve for a full cycle can be represented mathematically as integral 0 to 2 pi V d theta. We know that integration over a curve gives, or integration from 0 to 2 pi gives the area under the curve divided by 2 pi. But we can split the integral to 2, 0 to pi V d theta and pi to 2 pi V d theta. Here the second integral term is 0 because there is no output here. So we have to integrate only this first integral. So integral 0 to pi Vm sin theta d theta is equal to Vm by 2 pi. Integral sin theta is minus cos theta, upper limit pi and lower limit 0. So by putting upper and lower limits we get 2. So Vm by pi. So we can say that VDC is equal to Vm by pi. 1 by pi is 0.318 Vm. That is 31.8% Vm. That is only 31.8% of maximum AC input is getting in the output. Similarly, we can find the IDC value. I is equal to V by R. So IDC is equal to VDC by RL because it is the output value. So we have to take the load resistance and output voltage VDC by RL. VDC is written as Vm by RL. So Vm by pi into RL. But we can say that Vm by RL is the peak current or maximum current Im. So substituting here we get IDC is equal to Im by pi, that is equal to 31.8% of load current. So through this we can calculate the average values of load current and average value of output voltage. So here we consider the ideal diode. Next we will discuss about the actual diode. For actual diode we have to consider the forward resistance also. So what change will take place? Let's think about that.